Hello and welcome to yet another edition of An English Guy Watching Wrestling. I'm the English Guy, I'm Nick. Thank you so much for clicking on another video, I really do appreciate it. And in this one we're going to be covering the 9th of March edition of Impact Wrestling. So that being said, let's get right into it. Opening match was between Tasha Steelz and Jazz ahead of their matchup on Saturday, which is for the Impact Impact Knockout Tag Team titles. Jordan Grace and Jazz versus Fire and Flavor. And this was actually quite a good opening match, to be fair. I was hoping to see something like this build up as obviously the pay-per-views this Saturday. A lot of eyes are going to be on it because it's shaping up to be very, very good. And this was a very good match, to be fair. I enjoyed this. The Knockouts division has been great all year so far, and it's added to it. And seeing Jazz win the match was the right call, I think, because building momentum in for this Saturday's pay-per-view. And it was quite a good match, to be fair. I enjoyed this one. Some really good, flamboyant movement from Tasha Steelz. And of course, Jazz being a veteran, know what she's doing. She did a very good job on this one too. So it was a really enjoyable match. So definitely thumbs up to both ladies for the opening. Next match was Shera and Rohit Raju versus James Storm and Chris Sabin. Now, Shera made his return back to Impact Wrestling not too long ago, as he was once part of the Desi Hit Squad alongside Rohit Raju. Now, basically, in this matchup, there was a little bit of dissension between Rohit and Shera, and it's kind of interesting to see that because at one time they were like this, obviously being part of the Desi Hit Squad, and when you're facing James Storm and Chris Sabin, you're not going to get them as a bad tag team any day of the week because it's two tag team veterans, perhaps arguably two of the best tag team veterans in all of Impact Wrestling history. James Storm, Chris Sabin. Of course, Chris Sabin won't receive machine guns. Chris Sabin won't receive machine guns. James Storm with beer money, but also with AMW, so it's not forget that. But this was actually a fun little tag match too. And I think the dissension between Rohit and Shield was kind of a little bit out of nowhere since Shield's only just come back. But I'm interested to see where it goes from here. But this was a fun tag match, to be fair. I enjoyed it, and thumbs up to all for this one. Which brings us to the next match. A short match between Trey Miguel and Sam Beal. Now, Trey Miguel, I think, has had a hand in training Sam Beal, and it's all part of Sami Callihan's mind games. He's playing with Trey Miguel recently. For Trey Miguel, not having a heart and desire that he once had Sami Callihan playing to his head. Sami Callihan now saying Sam Beal is my client. It's kind of interesting to see, obviously, trying to get in Trey Miguel's head even more. It was a short match. Trey Miguel picks up the win with submission, so that's it. Then came a match of the night, and honestly, no joke, one of the best matches of the year in Impact. Perhaps one of the best matches I've seen full stop. And that says something because in the first quarter of 2021, there's been some superb matches, but this was absolutely amazing. Ace Austin versus Chris Bay. Now, both heels in Impact, you think, how's this going to work? It worked superbly, and this was an absolutely brilliant match, to be completely fair. Both men are, honestly, two of the very best the television has to offer, and both men seem to impress me more and more. But Ace Austin, I think, was the MVP of this match. Not to say Chris Bay did not do some great stuff, because he did. And it really showed what the X Division was all about. And when you've got two athletes like this, you are going to get a good match. But this match exceeded my expectations a lot. I knew it was going to be good because of how good both men are. But this was an absolutely stunning match from start to finish. I loved it. And honestly, as I said, one of the best matches I've seen this year in any wrestling promotion or company. And I just thought, man, these guys just tore the house down. It was a main event worthy match, to be completely honest with it. And it could have easily been on any pay-per-view this year. Just completely impressed. And when you've got two heels work together like this, you wonder how on earth can the chemistry come between two men. They just clicked like that. And not surprising because they're just two fantastic wrestlers, but this was an absolutely brilliant match. So definitely get a chance to watch it. It was a hell of a match. So definitely thumbs up to Chris and his race for this one. There you go. Which brings us to one of the most unique main events ever in Impact Wrestling history. Even though it wasn't the final segment of the show, which we'll get to in a minute. Excuse me. Susan versus ODB. And I thought, talk about a mismatch of two people. Obviously, Susan, we all know who it is. Su Yung being a bit of a different character, which she's so good at, to be honest. When she's Susie, Susan or Su Yung, I've covered it before. Against ODB, who's made a recent return to Impact Wrestling. And of course, talk about two polar opposites and what they do. This was it, and it was an entertaining match, to be fair, and very unique match to watch as well, but also one I enjoyed because of how good both women are at what they do, bring it to the table. It seemed to kind of mesh that way. It wasn't a Stone Cold classic wrestling match, but that was not the point for this one. It was a point to show how good and diverse the women's division can be and what they're doing character-wise. And they clashed so well. And for what the match was, it was a lot of fun, to be honest. I enjoyed this. And it wasn't the final part of the show. The final part of the show was... Sorry, thumbs up to both ladies. Final part of the show was the contract signing. Well, actually, no, it wasn't a contract signing. My apologies. Scott D'Amore had an announcement. And the announcement was that this Saturday it is Moose versus Rich Swann for the Impact World title. I also think for the TNA title, I think a unification match is going to be happening. I think both men will not win the belts. So Unified will find the belts, but whoever wins the match will have both belts. My apologies. But the winner of the match will go on to the next Impact Wrestling pay-per-view, which is Rebellion on the 25th, I believe, of April. I'm not too sure, but it's definitely April. And the winner will face the AEW World Heavyweight Champion, who at this time is Kenny Omega. And the winner of the match is going to be title for title. And it's a crazy announcement, to be completely honest. I think a lot of fans are going to be looking towards this one. And I'm interested to see who's going to win this match on Saturday. Of course, I will be covering the pay-per-view. I'm really looking forward to this weekend's pay-per-view for Impact Wrestling. It's always been great to watch Impact all year round, but it's getting better and better. And it's been great to watch, full stop. And this Impact edition was no different. Some very, very cool moments, some great times, and a match of the year contender. So, thumbs up to everyone involved. And with that being said, that is it for this review. Thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. But I'll see you all next time. Until that time, take care, everyone.